So it's been, gosh, over a month now since last update video. Um, God, where do I even start now? It's been so long. Well, I guess I'll get the elephant in the room addressed right away. The primary reason for my extended absence. Well, here is the end result. I know it's not a terribly large upgrade, but I've actually got my own cleavage now, so yay for that. Um, so yeah, the whole thing there. I went in on October 2nd, got the procedure done. God, the lead up to it was quite the endeavor. I dare call it a misadventure, even. Sorry. Voice is a little hoarse after live streaming for the last 4 hours, but I just want to do an update of some kind. So, anyway, the surgery had been scheduled for October 2nd. I got that scheduled back in August. Getting everybody on the same page as far as getting my leave of absence from work, getting someone hired on as a temp to take over for me while I'm gone, all that. Hold on 1 second here. I'm blind. Okay. Sorry, I haven't done so long. I saw little white spots on the bottom of my screen there. I didn't know if that was the buttons for the camera control or something different. Anyway, um, so they had to get someone hired on, get them trained in before I went off on my leave of absence. So that was all fine and well. But a few days before the surgical date, the person I had been coordinating with to be my ride there and back again, uh, they ran into some legal issues, which, as they put it, they were barred from leaving the state overnight. So they would not be able to be the one to take me home and down and back again. And good God, why? God, it seems so dark. Anyway, they told me that they had some legal complications, so they would have to stay, and they could no longer be my chauffeur down and back without a lot of finagling and a lot of smooth talking with the lawyers and the judges and everything. So I had to find a last minute replacement. Luckily, I have a coworker who volunteered even before all this went down. She volunteered to be my backup if needed, and well, turns out she was needed. Um, but yeah, we had the surgery scheduled for check-in time. It was like 5:45 a.m. She showed up around what was it, about 2:30 because it's more than a 2-hour drive from from here to there, and that's on a good day. And she doesn't like to be late, so she came in much earlier than I anticipated. And no big deal. I mean, we got there, sat sat in the parking garage for about 45 minutes before we went in. Got checked in. I was under the knife um, by about 8 o'clock that morning, and woke up and they had me discharged before 11:30. So was very, it was a very, very quick procedure as far as getting in and out goes. The whole thing was just mostly it was just getting down and back again. Um, you know, a little, a little bit of fun, fun facts like anecdotes and whatnot. Sorry, I know I'm speaking kind of incoherently here, but just trying to recall everything and put it all in order. It's not going so well. But, they were made aware of the fact that I'm quite apprehensive about procedures where if anything goes over my face, they put those giant anesthesia masks over your face to knock you out. I had to be. They were actually were willing to work with me there. They didn't actually seal it over my face until after I was out. They just told me to keep it next to my nose and my mouth so that I could just breathe it in, even if it wasn't the full strength. But anyway, the part that I thought was really cool of them was they asked me for some input to kind of help relax me before I went under, and they asked, okay, who's your favorite band? And I answered with Icon for Hire. I mean, they've been a consistent favorite of mine for so long, and the last song that I would have heard before dying, had I passed on the table, was their signature song "Get Well." So it was a good way to go into surgery. I was listening to Ariel's voice, and that was the last thing I remembered before waking up a couple hours later in the recovery room. So, yeah, I woke up and just had all kinds of padding and shit all over my chest. It was it felt so fucking weird for so long. But my coworker brought me home afterward, dropped me off. Everything actually went pretty well. They sent me home with some oxycodone and some Tylenol, some antibiotics. I went through all that. Only took one of the oxy the second day after the surgery, so the pain really wasn't too bad as far as recovery goes. These things are still quite tender to the touch, to the point that if I'm not wearing a bra, it is. Yeah, it's not. It's a bit uncomfortable, but anyway, they had me under restrictions for the first few weeks afterward. Say no more than 10-pound lifting. Can't lift the cat because she's almost 15 pounds. No no stretching the arms over shoulder level. A lot of things like that. They told me at my first follow up visit, just be lazy, just be extra lazy for the recovery period. And I've been doing that to the best of my ability, but I've been kind of going stir crazy here at home, not really doing anything. But yeah, so I've been recovering for the last four and a half, almost weeks now, and I saw the doctor again on this past Thursday. Went down there. She took the medical tape off of the scars, and they're sizable scars, but they're not bad looking. They're about that long each, so noticeable, but they will heal over time. But yeah, they've given me an all clear to go back to work on the 6 week mark. So I can schedule a return to work appointment with my employer's physical therapist or occupational therapist. I guess it would be. I'm not sure if it's physical or occupational. I'm not sure what the difference is between them. But anyway, I got the clearance to go back to work, and well, it's in a lot of ways I'm actually looking forward to it. Um, Things with disability and FMLA, short-term disability with this company is kind of an ongoing nightmare. They keep demanding more documentation every week, and luckily, what was it, last week or the week before, they finally stopped hounding me for it. Once I submitted a letter from the doctor saying that I am on these ultra restrictions until mid-November, then they finally shut up and stopped hounding me for all this shit. But until then, it was just every other day. It was like, okay, we need more. We need another letter from the doctor. We needed uh, a letter from your surgeon. We need this. We need that. It was just ongoing and nonstop. But yeah, it's really not worth it for a couple $100 a week. I'd rather go back to work and get my full paycheck again, especially with tax season coming up and the holidays. And my car repairs I need done. But yeah, I went into my insurance website a couple of days ago, started checking out the claims, and while everything thus far has been fully paid off by insurance, much to the dismay of a lot of my coworkers, the total for the surgery and the associated fees for that day, just on that day alone, they had totaled up to just shy of $40,000. So these things ain't cheap. But fortunately, it's all done. I got a plan to get them replaced in about 10 years, so that's something I'm not real keen about, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If I'm still alive by then. But yeah, apart from that, my days have just been a whole lot of gaming, a little bit of working on my books and my manga reading, catching up on some new anime that I I recently discovered. I did marathon some Beavis and Butthead for the first few days, and oh yeah, right before the surgery, I placed an order for the complete series of Family Matters through Amazon. Package arrives. I start opening up the DVDs cases, and not a fucking one of those discs work in any of my DVD Blu-ray players. I tried my PS2, my PS3, my PS5, and none of them can even read the discs. So that was a waste. Unfortunately, he was a third-party seller, so good luck getting that resolved. But yeah, apart from that, I've been getting back into live streaming. I did take about 2 weeks off from that. Started going back into it with Rise of Third Power. That was pretty unpopular. It seemed to actually cost me subs more than gaining me, so that was kind of unfortunate. And then today I started streaming Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilist Chronicles, and sure enough, I wound up with a transphobic troll in chat. Kind of started me on the whole experience for the day, but I I lack the tools to be able to monitor all that and be proactive in real time. Unfortunately, hopefully, once things get more established as far as my finances go, I can start earning back some of the money that I've lost over this past month with my HOA fees and my condo insurance being due, the loan for my condo, all those things piling up together. Uh, the property tax bill coming up next month. You know, hopefully, once all that's taken care of, I can finally start focusing on, hopefully, and I mean this sincerely, getting a proper PC for handling streaming and a capture card and everything like that. My setup right now is it's dog shit. Um, it's functional, but that's about it. But as far as the rest of my life goes, it's been 4 weeks since I had surgery. It'll be a full month tomorrow, and I had exactly 4 people ask after me since I got back. 4 people out of of everyone I know. I've only had 4 people ask how I'm holding up, how I'm healing. So that's kind of discouraging, but I know my family, a lot of my coworkers absolutely despise the fact that I am trans. So I shouldn't be too surprised, but it still stings sometimes when you realize that you mean so little to them that they can't even bother to check in on you after surgery. I mean, fuck. Even my own mom won't call me, so whatever. I really don't feel so bad about missing her the last few weeks, so whatever. But as we approach mid-month, I'll be getting back into my old routines again. Go to work, do electrolysis, which I've been off of for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I'd like to get that all finally taken care of. Don't know how much longer it's going to be before my face is finally clear because, you pull one follicle out and then there's like 3 more. It's like it never ends. I've been debating and trying to talk myself into turning the heat on. I did for a couple hours back on, was it Thursday? Made the place a little too warm then. But I gotta get that fixed too. I got the heaters downstairs, the baseboard heat that the thermostat likes to fuck off and stay running even when it's like 80 degrees inside. It's I need an electrician badly for that. I need one for the one up here in the spare bedroom. I need one for the light fixture in the kitchen. What else do I need one for? um, but yeah, I mean, overall life has been it's been pretty monotonous, pretty mundane for the last few weeks. Just waiting to heal. Want to see how these things were going to turn out. I finally got to take out the surgical bra after wearing them 24/7 for the last 4 weeks. I got the okay to take them off on Thursdays. So it's been an adjustment. I keep brushing them. Or I reach over to do anything now. But yeah, see what else is going on. Sadly, my awesome neighbor is about to move out. She's been caring for her elderly mother who's was it COPD. They found a new place, a new condo that they just moved into, and it's had to start packing up their place next door. Get that on the market, I guess. I don't want to lose her, honestly. She's been a great neighbor for these last, what was it, 2018? So, yeah, it's been 7 years. We've been neighbors 7 years, and she has been awesome this whole time. Hell, back then, back when I first moved in, I still leaned conservative back then, and she was willing to put up with me back then, and she saw me through the beginning of my transition. Has been very, very, very open, very accepting of me throughout all of it, and I don't know what I'm gonna do without her. I mean, we don't talk a whole hell of a lot, but we're on really good terms. I just feel bad that she couldn't stay. And I got home from surgery uh, that same day is when she told me that she was looking at moving out by the end of the month. It's like, surprise. It sucked, but I get it when you're caring for someone who's nearing the end of their life anyway. And you gotta make sacrifices, I guess. Anyway, what else have I got? Really, not a whole lot. I keep collecting manga, I keep collecting anime, figurines. I've not bought any of those recently, so there's that. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get back into these updates now that I'm poised to go back to work pretty soon. But yeah, I'm glad to be recovering, even though the world outside totally sucks ass right now, and I don't have hope for the future. As far as my life as a trans person, I don't anticipate my life uh, being. No, let's just say I don't anticipate seeing birthday number 45. Let's put it that way. 44, well, that's a given. That's less than a week away, so not sure what I'll do for that, if anything. Anyway, I have babbled on. It's been a really long time I've been battling, and yeah, I will talk to y'all another time. I promise it will not be another month between. So anyway, have yourselves a great weekend, and I will talk to you next time.